Welcome to another episode of Neon Radio Podcast. I'm Reece.
Test your might. I'm Declan.
It's weird to not have one other person laughing at it as well now. Dan is off this week. He's a sick boy. He woke up in the morning and said that the vom was flowing.
Yeah.
That was it. But now this week we're going to be reviewing Mortal Kombat 2021.
2021. The 2021st Mortal
Kombat. It feels like it with however many games there are. What is there, like 11 games or something? And now
I think the 12. Maybe 11.
Oh yeah, the 12. Yeah. And then
the good the movies from back then.
The good movie. Wait, hold on, you're giving it away. The 95 film, Annihilation, which we shouldn't talk about ever. And then Conquest and a whole bunch of weird little mini in-between shows and films. And it's
apparently
odd.
the Netflix cartoon Scorpion's Revenge is quite good.
Yeah, that's all I've heard.
I've never watched it though.
No, nor have I.
I was thinking of doing it yesterday for
like
research, but I didn't.
Thank you, Declan. All right. A little bit of info on the film, but before that, spoiler warning, we do go into the film's plot and details. So go out, watch the movie first, come back and listen to us review it and break it down. Little bit of info. The film is directed by Simon McQuaid, and it's his feature film directorial debut. He's well known for several big commercials for PlayStation, Call of Duty, Duracell, Halo, Samsung, Netflix, Logitech, VW, HP, Nissan, Telstra, and more.
We don't have any film commercials you got to make before you can crack in. Hey.
Well, the reason why they're saying that he did is a lot of his commercials were very story driven.
Like, same as that. There was that guy who did that Snow White and the Huntsman movie. The first one. He directed all those Halo commercials back in the day and stuff like that.
Well, this guy's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
I was looking at his commercials and I was like, yeah, I can get it. I can get what you can even see from the commercials.
Yeah.
Actually, like this film.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like it's very much so in Frontline.
Yeah.
But he got a Mortal Kombat movie in the bag. So yeah. Stories by Greg Russo and Oren Uziel. I don't know. I'm butchering the name. Screenplay was written by Greg Russo and Dave Callahan. Oren Uziel has written 22 Jump Street, Freaks of Nature, The Cloverfield Paradox, and is now writing Detective Pikachu 2, Supergirl, and The Lost City of D, which I don't know what that is.
They're doing a Supergirl movie.
Yeah. Actually, there's like a video online where it was like this girl, she was getting the part, and she was like, oh, oh.
I'm so behind on movie news now.
Yeah.
I don't know anything anymore.
You're a bit busy, man. Life's been busy for you. Dave Callahan, he wrote Zombieland 2, Wonder Woman 84, Doom, Godzilla, and The Expendables 1. His next films are Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Into the Spider-Verse 2, and Hercules.
Hercules or Hercules?
Hercules or Hercules? Hercules? I always say Hercules.
You didn't say the H.
Yeah, I know. I never do, eh?
New character.
New character. Put that down, Marvel. Cinematography by Jermaine McMicking. I don't know. Who's also shot True Detective Season 3, Top of the Lake, and Partisan. Seems like he does a lot of like German-French films.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking at. But anyway, initial thoughts, Declan, on Mortal Kombat 2021.
Yeah, you might be surprised by my
I'm
answer
going to
right
be
now.
very surprised, I think.
I didn't hate it.
Okay.
I don't think it was good. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it was good.
Okay.
But I laughed a lot.
Okay.
And the rest of the cinema was laughing a lot too.
Actually, the cinema, I'll say that the cinema was laughing a lot.
And I went to see it. I was almost going to have to go and see it by myself because there was no way my girlfriend was coming with me to see this
She's
one.
like, no, it's not happening.
But one of my very good mates,
Yes.
Matt, shout out to him because I know he'll be listening. He came to see it for the second time.
Oh my God.
He loves Mortal Kombat. He loves the original games, the movies, and everything.
Matt, you're not going to like me by the end of this. I'm sorry, brother.
No, this movie is extremely flawed.
Oh my God.
For me, this is the epitome of dumb fun for me.
Yeah, there's not much. It's super dumb.
But see, the thing is, though, it wasn't long. It didn't go for heaps long.
Yeah. It was 2 hours.
Was it?
It was nearly a 2-hour movie.
Was it? It didn't feel like 2 hours.
We'll find this. Continue your review. Well, is there anything else to say?
No, like I wouldn't give it a high score or anything, but I also I wasn't sitting there going, I'm so annoyed I'm watching this movie.
An hour 50.
Jeez, it didn't feel that long.
18 plus in Australia.
Yeah, I knew that.
How?
It's really violent.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Dude rips a dude's heart out.
But it's not a dude.
Yeah, but they cut that guy open. His innards come out.
Definitely the Natara scene will fuck you up, like the Kung Lao Natara scene.
So that was I think because I've played the Mortal Kombat games too, but like when I'm saying that I'm not sitting here. I probably won't ever watch it again.
Nah.
But it was I was very, very intrigued by how much the audience was loving it as well.
They loved it.
The whole cinema was laughing.
But you know why? I'll tell you why. It's hands down Kano.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because it's like that Aussie humor.
Yeah.
In like an Aussie cinema, people are like, we don't see this enough.
What's it? Josh Lawson? Is that his name? Josh Lawson?
I can tell you because I had it up. Kano, Josh Lawson, yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching him on Thank God You're Here back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, he's been around. He was on Thank God You're Here all the time.
That was a good show too. Yeah, that was good fun. Like skits were on point.
It's nice to see him kind of crushing it on the big screen. Yeah. You know what's interesting about this movie though? Like as much as you hate it and everything, it's got 55% Rotten Tomatoes. I would have expected heaps less from it. Yeah,
it's I don't know, man.
The general consensus is the same as what I've been saying. I think because I was like, that was like I walked out and my mate was like, he loved it.
Yeah,
he's giving it a 10 out of 10.
Look, each their own, man. But you know. Definitely not a 10 out of 10 at all.
But you give your thoughts.
Yeah. Well, me, man, for me, it was like it had so much potential. Mm-hmm. Like, I actually think that Mortal Kombat does have a decent amount of actual good lore behind it to actually make a good movie. And it opened really strong. Like, I think the Hanzo Hashi, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I'm going to butcher it again.
Hanzo Hasashi
Hasashi stuff was fantastic. I think Sub-Zero's awesome. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that's a really good interpretation of what Sub-Zero should be like.
Yeah.
But it hits the normal people, like Cole and that, and I'm like fucking gone. I'm gone. Every time there's no fighting and there's a conversation between two people, I want this movie to end, like, straight away.
Yeah, no, the dialogue's...
It's terrible.
But I think what redeems it for me a little bit is that it wasn't taking itself seriously whatsoever.
Oh, no, it wasn't. Not at all.
I would be more annoyed if it was trying to take itself seriously. Then I'd be like, yeah, fuck this movie.
But it just felt like there was like, it jumped so much. There was even the point where they go into that weird like mid-realm.
Yeah.
And they're talking about the fact that, no one can find us here. And then they have like a team up moment where they're like, we got to fight each one of them by themselves.
Yeah.
But then it's just a montage.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I want to see a fight. Like, I felt like I saw like a third of each fight.
Yeah, for a movie that was like predominantly about fighting, the fights weren't that great.
Yeah. I'm like, that's the thing. The fights weren't that great. The dialogue was not great.
No, I wouldn't give this movie a high score. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Reece, I think with me, and the reason I have this attitude towards it is is exactly what I was expecting the movie to be. It exactly met exactly what I thought it could be.
Well, this is the thing.
It didn't exceed. It didn't go less than my expectation. I had zero.
Declan.
I had zero hope for it. Zero hope.
You went in and were like, "It's not going to happen." But there's just this like, there was things in here that I thought were like, you can't do it. You just like there's things that have been placed into the film that just feel like they're like. What's the word that I'm looking for? It's wrong. You just shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And things like, for example, killing off Prince Goro that quick in the most bitch way.
They're all coming back.
How?
He said, did you not hear what's his name?
What?
The Shang Tsung, is it? The
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung. He was like, you think death stops my people? They'll be back. He said that. He literally said it.
This makes no sense. There's no truth
They
in this
all,
art.
but in the Mortal Kombat games, they all come back all
There's
the
no
time.
truth in this art. What is this? What's it called? It's respawn mode.
Yeah.
In Mortal Kombat.
But they every single game they die and come back. They do.
This is annoying, man. Don't like it. Look, Natara was bitched out. Like I thought Natara would have been way cooler.
Should be back.
She better be. But anyway, like at the end of the day, I think this movie was definitely not for me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stick to Mortal Kombat 95 because that movie rips at parties.
I've never watched it.
What?
Yeah.
I think it's too late for you.
I don't really get around those movies like that.
That's
like
fair
that
enough.
style of thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kung fu movies and
Oh, okay. But you like kung fu movies?
no,
don't
not
you?
really. No.
Oh.
I'll say it last time. I think I said it where
On Kill Bill?
I don't know if I actually said it because do you know what? Actually, I probably didn't because Daniel then said how much of a Bruce Lee fan he was, and I was like, oh, I won't go into this. But
I don't want to hurt his feelings.
I know that everyone will come after me with pitchforks for saying this, and it's probably because I'm too late to the party. But I really don't get. I get that he was like disciplined and he was like a good gym rat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't get the hype around Bruce Lee.
Well, look, another thing that pissed me off about this movie, god damn it, the fucking Liu Kang is supposed to be literally just Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it looked like,
Maybe I do get.
different.
Maybe I do get the hype around him, kind of.
Yeah,
the only clips that I've seen, I was just like, it's so dated now. I don't understand why everyone still hypes it up so much. I get that
it is.
I think if I had watched it in the time that it came out, maybe I would appreciate it more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely dated. Like the movie, like there is some CGI in it that will fucking tear your soul out.
I'm talking about Bruce Lee movies.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, that's dated, but I mean, it's classic.
I got to watch the 30 for 30 documentary on Bruce Lee. Apparently, it's really good.
Have you seen Enter the Dragon?
I've seen bits of it.
I'd say that's one worth watching
Okay.
because it's accessible.
All right. I'll check that out.
All right,
And I'll come back.
all right.
Next fighting movie we'll do, I'll give you my opinion.
Enter the Dragon, fucking
The
shit house,
Tekken movie coming out or anything?
I don't know, man. Street Fighter, the old Street Fighter movie. Okay,
But they do struggle to adopt these fighting video game stories.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking while I was watching this one, I went into this movie with more of an open mind than I probably normally would do with
that's
a movie
good.
like this.
I did that with Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Versus Kong.
yeah.
I went into that, but see, that one shocked me. I was surprised at how well put together the fight scenes were in that
Yeah.
movie. Everything else wasn't good, didn't it? But the fight scenes were incredible.
The people stuff, like rewatching it later again.
Yeah.
All the people stuff
Yeah.
was really hard to sit through.
Yeah, shocking.
Yeah.
But like even in fighting video games, really they do have good lore. You're right, but interpreting lore into story is not always an easy task.
No.
And I think what these people have done is they've taken too much on. They shouldn't have focused on so many characters.
Yeah.
We didn't need that many. They wanted to throw as many Easter eggs at fans. They were really trying to appease fans in this movie.
Yeah.
It's very on the nose and very obvious. And that's nice. It's good that they were trying to do that. It's good that they weren't coming in going like, nah, fuck this. We're going to do our own thing with it.
Yeah, well...
But you got to find that you should have focused in harder on smaller storylines. It's my understanding that Cole is an original creation for this movie.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Why are we spending more time with him than we are... Like, why wasn't Liu Kang and Kung Lao the main focus? I don't understand why that couldn't have happened like that. I
don't know why. It could have been like... I don't think it's hurting itself by making even Liu Kang a ancestor of Hanzo. It wouldn't have been a big deal.
But they didn't even need to do that at all.
Even if they didn't do that, it would have been fine.
Because I just think
he came from fucking hell anyway.
I just think he could have been reincarnated some way, or but they also they they really created more exposition for themselves by trying to do the Harry Potter thing where Cole was like the fish out of water in a world he doesn't understand.
Pretty much, yeah.
But like, why couldn't we have just been with Liu Kang, who already knows all the rules of Mortal Kombat and what's going on, and then
we know the rules.
Yeah, but we could have learned
an audience.
We could have learnt through thing anyway. And really, when Liu Kang comes into it, he's the gravity goes to him, right?
Yeah,
like he's way more interesting, and he kind of like on his side more.
Even Kung Lao is cooler.
Yeah, he goes out like a chump.
I know.
He'll be back too, though.
He has to come back. He's fucking. He was probably the best, maybe one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Well, like this is to say this. It's hard because
everybody loves Kano, but everybody loves Kano.
I do and I don't because Kano for me was hit and miss.
Yeah.
Like there were so many jokes I was like, and then there was so many I was just like, please.
It was non-stop.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It was like. You're pulling too many stops at me.
And also, there was an imbalance too in that how easy Sonya Blade threw him down in that part. And then later the fight's like fully even just because he has a laser eye. But I don't understand how that laser eye would have even
done much at all. Like it doesn't help his fighting technique.
No.
It's like, no. What is this? Well, let's get into the meat of the review. Straight up, I said opening isn't that bad. The whole I'm grateful for you, the wife scene.
Yeah.
That was really cool. That's probably the best piece of dialogue in the whole movie. And also like the gore at the start was really, really good. Like even the fight at the start, since it wasn't chopping and changing, jumping in so much, the whole Hanzo scene with that and like the weird garden tool.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I thought all of that shot and that scene was like on point. It reminded me of Batman vs Superman, the Batman fight.
Yeah.
Where he's like throwing boxes and shit over the top.
Yeah.
Just the gravity of each hit.
Yeah.
When he pulls the guy down with the rope and he hits the floor with his neck and you're just like, fucking hell. Like it just felt like that drop.
I know. It's really weird that they gave, like, it seems it must, because I remember that clip got released online officially as well up until the fight.
Yeah.
And it was 7 minutes long. So that's got to be a good between 10 to 15 minute sequence at the start.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it's really weird. I know that it's important to the story, and Scorpion and Sub-Zero are
kind of
the heart and soul of Mortal Kombat, really. Yeah. But it's really weird that they gave so long to such a breathable scene and then rush
the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Literally the rest of the movie. You think about it.
Did we really need to know about Outworld? Did we really need to be cutting back and catching up with those characters constantly?
Probably not. Even like Cabal was... all those characters are unnecessary. Like, I mean, the guy with the big hammer, I don't even know who the fuck he is.
Yeah, I've never seen him before.
So...
never seen him before. But I didn't start playing... do you know what? It's a shame that we don't have Dan on the podcast today because he actually played Mortal Kombat when he was a teenager and stuff.
He would be, Dan. Actually, we'll get him on. I'm gonna call him.
Yeah,
I'll call him.
Yeah,
I'll get him on in a bit.
Yeah,
I'll get him on in a bit.
After the next break.
Yeah,
we'll take a break.
We'll take a break. Yeah. But the music. Let's just jump to this. The music, in this, it's atrocious. I'm just gonna say it straight off the bat.
Yes.
Fucking hated it.
I don't even remember any of it.
It was like a rock EDM.
Yeah, it was too. Yeah,
and you know what? Like, look, this is something that you may not be able to like fully understand because the Mortal Kombat music in 95's film, Chef Kiss. All right, it was the fucking bomb dig. That movie opens with just someone just screaming the title, man. Mortal Kombat. You're like, this is ripping. I'm fucking ready for this movie. And then for the rest of it, it's like, da, 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 da. It was cool, man. And then this, nothing.
Yeah.
Not one thing. You think with a movie that has already had a point in time where there's such a great score, they would be really trying a little harder, like to just push that in. But yeah, I guess not. So I do want to say, like, the nearly every scene is slowed down by any form of conversation.
Yeah.
Whenever there's like even the opening, I was a bit confused to who the girl was at the start, which is his daughter.
Oh yeah.
Because he's so young.
Yeah.
And
no. Yeah.
There was a moment when I was like, is this his girlfriend? Or like a sister or some shit?
Yeah. It
like
was
his
weird.
sister was what I thought to begin with.
I don't know why. I don't know why they had to make that character.
I don't know either. Like, we knew straight away they were going to go in and start using the family as some form of like event, you know, something to drive the story forward with.
Yeah.
But I mean, he just felt so young to have like a daughter, and then, anyway, wasn't happy about it. Yeah, not bad. We just got you on the podcast now. You're gonna enjoy editing this section, but we want to know your thoughts on Mortal Kombat, Dan.
I actually threw it all up this morning.
Oh my!
The reason why I'm not there today is because I'm sick. But I think if it didn't have Kano in it, it'll be an absolute schmozzle. The opening 10 minutes was perfect. It set up a great tone to the movie, like it was serious, and you got a bit more of the lore in that with the combat franchise. But the middle part was just all comical, and there was no tournament, so there was no Mortal Kombat, which sort of sucked.
Yeah.
And the script was bad. I think I even tapped you at certain parts going, this is ridiculous. We're just laughing at how bad it was.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you go into one of those movies to see the fights, but the first fight and the last fight were cool. Sub-Zero was probably the best part of the movie as well. But yeah, all the rest, man, is just, in your words, Reece, trash.
Well. Well, you pretty much gave me this. You pretty much said the same things that I said, man. So very similar.
Yeah. It was a shame. Like, I don't know. You don't start off a movie that's just really good. I don't know. I'd love to hear Declan's thoughts, but you don't start a movie that's really good.
Well, when you?
I didn't hate it because I was expecting it to be worse than what it was. I didn't expect anything from it. I thought it was going to be shitter
than what it was.
I'll give you my score.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah.
5.5.
5.5. Well, you're giving it the Rotten Tomatoes score then.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I haven't checked it out. I think that's a fair score.
Yeah. Fair enough, man. All right.
So, yeah. If only they had that. If they kept that. The pace from the beginning and the way it was shot from the beginning.
Yeah.
It was like it was two completely different directors or cinematographers. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was weird. It was definitely weird. The pacing was way off. Anyway.
And that guy off the big sledgehammer, I don't know what his name is.
We said that just before. We're like, who the fuck is that character?
Yeah, because you played Mortal Kombat back in the day, didn't you, Dan? Like the.
Yeah, I played it. Yeah. I don't know who that was.
Yeah. He doesn't know, man. Yeah.
It was shit. There you go.
Wow. All right. Well, there's Dan review 5.5 out of 10. Thanks, Dan. Get better, mate.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
All right. Ciao.
Hey.
There you go.
Might tell Matt not to listen to the podcast.
He's gonna get angry. No, tell him to listen. Standing up for you, mate. Don't worry.
He does movie reviews on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I already know he's giving this a 10 out of 10.
A 10 out of 10?
Yeah. And he's going to, in the review, every word that has the letter C in it, he's going to replace
with a K. I don't know, man. Maybe he's a genius. That's what I think.
I love Matt. He's one of my best friends.
He is a genius. That's it. Hands down. All right. Well, let's go a little bit further through. Just a dash. We've already talked about the pacing. That's a big problem. The whole training, like, this is the problem. Things like that is a problem because you get like things like the training montage, where it's not a training montage. It's just like 2 or 3 minutes of what is like 2 days worth of training.
Yeah. And
that's where they have to get their... I don't know, what was the name of the thing? Like, they have to get...
Arcano.
Arcano. There you go. They have to get their Arcano. Also, this is jumping a bit, but was Liu Kang doing an animality? Was that an animality?
What's an animality?
Where they like... Oh, no, it wasn't an animality. So there's fatality, animality,
right, yeah.
friendality.
I don't know.
Animality is when they turn into something. Like, for example, Nightwolf turns into a wolf and attacks.
No, because he just his flames just made them.
Went into a dragon. So that was just like a move.
I will say that part in particular, story-wise, they've made it fucking shit for themselves. Because why couldn't the fact that the tournament was just looming? Why couldn't that have been the time factor?
Yeah.
Why did they have this whole thing where it's like, no, we need to kill them before the tournament?
Yeah.
So then it was like, when they first got to Raiden's temple, right?
Yeah.
They're freaking out because they don't have long until the tournament starts.
Yeah.
But then they're freaking out even more because these guys are turning up before the tournament starts. But then Raiden creates that force field. Then they're all relaxed. And they're like kicking back and like, no, we've got heaps of time now. Find your Arcanos. It's all good. And then the force field goes and then they're fighting. I'm like, why didn't you just make it that the tournament was in like a week or something?
Yeah. Give time.
And also,
show time.
Raiden's the god of thunder. How could he not have tracked these people down? He's waiting for them to come to his temple, and they didn't even find it. And Liu Kang's like, it's my duty to track down the champions. Sonya Blade tracked him down, and she's not even part of it. What the fuck was that?
Well, that's it. Declan's finally pulled out the gun.
No, like I know, yeah.
Putting some shots in it.
I can say this movie, it's not good, but I was it didn't offend me or anything. But look, that is silly. That is bad writing.
No, the whole thing is bad writing. None of it really makes any true sense.
Yeah.
And the problem is that it's so choppy.
Yeah.
There's no cohesion.
No.
At the end of the day, and there's things there that are never explained. There's this big fucking weird crystal thing in the middle of the temple that just sits there, and no one says, "Hey, what is this big crystal ball thing in the middle of the fucking temple?"
Yeah.
There's things happening that just don't make any sense.
No.
By the way, I'll say this: costumes, fucking great.
Yeah, the characters.
like
the characters look like the characters.
The landscapes, absolutely shit.
Oh, so
They're
boring,
so bad.
so barren and boring.
There's nothing happening. Outworld looks like just a desert.
Yeah. And then where Raiden's temple is looks like just a desert.
It's a fucking. There's nothing
When they went
happening.
there, I went, "Are they in Outworld?"
Yeah.
I actually thought that.
Well, you think that because it's so boring. And then even their like training area is fucking boring.
Yeah.
Like it's not
Oh
good.
yeah.
But let's give one or two good things about it, because it's all good. We're on time. Kano is fun.
No, Dan's messaging the group.
Yeah. He's saying something about the next movie.
Yeah.
Kano is good fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say that. There are some moments in this where I genuinely enjoyed Kano. And then there were moments in it where I was like, please, for the love of God, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And, that being said, I think that I think Dan's right and you're right. Kano was the part of the film that is a lot of enjoyment.
Yeah, well,
especially for audiences.
That's the thing. I personally wasn't laughing at everything he said.
No.
There are a few things he said where I was like, I laughed. I probably laughed the hardest when he pulled Reptile's heart out and went, Kano wins, just because that was so on the fucking nose.
Yeah.
That's such a reference to what I was just like, yeah, all right, that's well done.
Played.
But the audience, they were laughing at every word.
Every word. It's crazy, man. I don't know. Maybe it's the audience it attracts. I don't know. No judgment. But
no,
it's one of those things where, like, I don't know. Maybe it is like that type of film that is just more accessible for that reason.
That was the thing. Like, even though this movie had like bad points, it's I think that the fact that you wanted more from it probably affected, how it went down for you. But I really found that it went at like a brisk pace. Just because they really don't linger on anything. They don't explore anything.
Nothing.
And I just really, I realised quite quickly all I wanted to see was just, basically it just became a game for me. I think I just made this own little game in my head where I was like, I just want to see callbacks to the games. That's what the movie became for me.
This was like, where can we see the next, like,
so when Kung Lao did the friggin' drop saw kill...
You're like, that was what you want. You're
that, and when
it.
Kano ripped the heart out made me fucking laugh.
Well, I'll tell you what I like the most is a scene where Kano is like doing his training montage with Liu Kang, and he jumps.
Yeah, that was sorry.
That was the fucking best part of the movie.
Oh, shit.
Like, yeah. Because it was exactly what you do in the game. How many times have you been hit with a Liu Kang low kick and then fucked up like that, and then they just keep doing it over and over again? It was like that was smart. Like, that's the kind of smart writing I want to see.
Yeah.
Something like, they're the jokes I want to see.
Yeah.
The things that you do in the game that just piss you off.
Yeah. And when Liu Kang finally did his bicycle kick, that was cool.
Anything like that. All those little parts were great. Look, I thought it was, kind of bitch how the guy went out with the hammer. But, I liked the whole Jack slap.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
I'm sad that Natara went out the way she did, because I actually like Natara.
They're all coming back, man. They're all coming back.
We'll see.
He said it.
Do you think they're going to do another one of this?
If it makes enough money, 100%. Yeah.
Do you think it will?
I do, because the cinema I was in had a fair few people in it.
Yeah.
And that was at 8 o'clock at night on Anzac Day.
Yeah.
And there were all people in there, like on a Sunday night. It's not like everyone has work off tomorrow.
It's weird. Do you think, here's a question. Do you think they'll follow Liu Kang in the next one?
I would if I was them.
I would as well.
I would. I just think, I don't know. I just think it was a mistake doing the whole Cole
thing.
When you were on the phone to Dan, actually, just before Dan said about how the opening was good and it set up the story, I actually think that Scorpion maybe should have just been resurrected
straight from the end.
Yeah, like real quickly.
Oh, like for the opening of the film.
It's like pretty much go back to modern times.
Yeah.
Follow Liu Kang or whatever, and the tournament's about to start. Boom, Scorpion's back.
Yeah.
Raiden brings him back or some shit. Why couldn't they just do that? One of the other freaking gods
from
brings
hell
him back.
or something.
So much other ridiculous stuff happens. We wouldn't have questioned it.
It really is. There's a lot of. That's the thing. They have this mountain of stuff that they can talk about. Mountain of things that they can do, but they decided to go with this, and I just don't get it. I feel honestly, this may sound shit because I haven't done it, but I think I could write a pretty fucking good Mortal Kombat movie compared to this.
Remember that? Remember the YouTube series?
They were good. The same guy who wrote a part of this. I don't know which one of the writers actually wrote the YouTube series.
See, for me, the YouTube series, the original trailer that came out that guy made, like the spec trailer, that was better than what the series ended up being.
Yes, for
think.
sure.
I think a couple of the episodes are good. The Sonya Jax one was not good, the first one they released. Yeah. But the Scorpion Sub-Zero one was good.
Yeah.
And the Raiden one in the mental institution.
Yeah.
They were good.
Yeah.
Other than that, I felt like...
the rest of them weren't that great.
Yeah.
No. I agree. But
that original trailer was ridiculous.
That's on point.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted.
Yeah.
Like if that would have been what they were going for, that would have been great.
Yeah.
And I remember it mixed pretty heavily real world with that world.
That was because, you know why? That came out right after The Dark Knight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
So that was like when everyone was trying to ground everything in reality.
That makes sense.
It was not bad though when it was like, just had Reptile was a cannibal, some dude that was a cannibal with like some skin condition.
That was sick. I was fine with that.
And it had that, and they were interviewing the guy and he had the white eyes in the whole time and it turned out he was Scorpion.
Yeah, like full blown.
They were going to release him from jail or whatever.
That was hectic, yeah. I liked that one.
Yeah, that trailer's cool.
Yeah. They could have, I don't know. Maybe, look, I'll say this. I know that where we're going for this, especially for myself, it's not going to get a good score. It's just how it is.
I wouldn't give it a good score either. But sometimes you give a bad score and it's not like you... Yeah, I just didn't... There's some movies you sit and you just think, oh, fuck, I can't wait. I just fucking hate the scene. It's just making me miserable. I just wasn't feeling like that. That's why I'm not shitting on it completely.
That was how I felt.
Because you wanted it to be better.
Yeah. I did feel like there were lots of times in it. And it's just mainly, I was angry with some of the fights. But I was more angry with whenever they were talking. I was so angry because I was just like, at the very least, if you're not going to give me a full fight, cut the fucking conversation out and give me the full fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd rather that
I would.
don't-
Do you know what this movie could have, like, actually would have been the perfect way to make this movie?
Yeah.
It's 20 minutes of build up about what the Mortal Kombat tournament is, and then the whole rest of the runtime just the fucking tournament.
Yeah,
Just fight
that's
after
it.
fight after fight.
Well, that's literally what the 95 film is.
Yeah, that's what
It's
it should
just
be.
Fight after fight.
Fuck
And-
weaving a story in there.
No, I don't need a story. If you want to do this route,
Yeah.
don't give me anything.
You
Just
know, because like
give me characters that fight each
yeah,
other.
like, you know, Avengers Endgame. Like the
Yeah.
whole last hour of that movie is just that big battle.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't understand why they couldn't have just done something like that with this.
Like, that would have been fine. And
Yeah.
they've been doing that with movies these days.
Yeah.
They've been, like, you look at things like Mad Max, you look at Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
Most of that is pretty much fighting.
That's what I think that's where they missed the mark. They were trying to elicit emotion by creating this Cole character who's a descendant of Scorpion. But the ridiculous thing about that is he doesn't even know he's a descendant of Scorpion. So
Yeah.
it's really irrelevant. But fuck that. Just fucking give me the main dudes.
Straight to it.
Give me Scorpion. Give me Sonya. Give me Jax.
Yeah.
Give me Liu Kang. Give me Kung Lao. Give me Kano. Give me all the dudes on the other side that you had, and just fucking boom, boom, boom. Little bit.
bit, yeah.
Bang, bang, bang. Fight.
Yeah. Quip, fight.
Yeah.
Quip, fight.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
No more.
That's all you need from it.
I don't want to see them chilling out in their barracks having a conversation. Don't want it.
No.
Just guess what? Fight number 2's happening now.
Because they really missed they could have created a lot of hype for this movie too if they really went hard on the technical aspect of things. Like, that could have been part of the promotion for it.
Yeah.
Because you know how I always say, I'm not by any means trying to compare these two movies in terms of quality, but I'm trying to make a point on how it was promoted.
Yes.
By publicists and things like that.
Yes.
But The Revenant got more popularity because of the fact of the stupid, ridiculous shooting conditions they set for themselves.
Yes, correct.
I don't think that movie would have been anywhere near as hyped about that.
No way.
No, exactly.
No, well, definitely because they went through such a shit time, that got news.
Well, that's what the publicists would have been like. We're really going to hammer home the fact of how hard this movie was to make.
Exactly.
And then everyone's like, oh my God, look at how hard it was to make.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do like, oh, we did this one continuous take of a fight for 20 minutes straight. The actors had to learn the choreography and like
pull out that type of stop for an
and
advertisement.
then everyone would be like, what the fuck? And then you go and watch it and you'd be like, oh wow, this looks really cool. Like,
well, I'll say this was there's lots of things I don't like. The biggest thing I don't like, and this is hands down throughout the whole film. I know I've already said that every time they conversed, it was like pain. It was literally fucking mental pain in my brain.
Yeah.
But the fact that all the fights, just pull the fucking camera out, man. Let the shot run.
they should have just done one like a Mortal Kombat style.
That's it.
Side view.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
I was literally waiting for it. Just do a side view with the two of them just fighting. I don't know why they don't. At the end of the day, this is the type of movie where the whole thing's supposed to be about fighting. The whole thing. You got to get good fighting.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be shooting it well. Who the fuck didn't watch, like, anything John Wick or... Like, didn't watch The Raid and be like, hey, maybe we should put, like, gravity to our fights.
Yeah.
And pull the fucking camera out and have actually something happen. Instead, they're chopping and changing backwards and forwards. I'm like, there were times in it, I was, like, confused. I didn't know where I was or who was fighting.
It was heaps hard to follow.
No, or, like, they were jumping between 3 or 4 different characters.
Do you know, that's and this is the exact same thing happened with Snow White and the Huntsman, is that these guys that direct commercials, and this is not trying to shit on them directly, but because I've worked in the space of commercials before, and you have to be, it's quick. The 30 seconds or the minute that you get is fucked.
Yeah.
And you don't have time to let things breathe. So you're getting quick shots and you're doing quick cuts, and usually most of the time you're cutting your shots down that you want to be longer to even smaller.
Yeah.
So his brain is that. That's the way it's wired.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to, I don't know, I personally haven't had to do it myself.
Yeah.
But like, that is something that needs to be considered if he does another movie.
You know who I was thinking would have been a really good director for this? And you say if you think it's like, wrong. But I really think with a good script, Neil Blomkamp would have been a really good director for this.
Yeah, I don't think Neil Blomkamp's bad.
Thinking of things like some of the things he did with Oates, especially like the Vietnam short. I don't know if you ever watched that.
Nah, I didn't see that.
That's worth the watch.
Yeah. His Halo short was cool.
Yeah, even he did the short for what was that game that Anthem. That was a really good short for Anthem.
Yeah.
And like stuff like that, I think he would have been a really good suit for Mortal Kombat if they had a good script.
Yeah.
I can just because he pulls the camera out. He lets shit breathe.
Yeah.
While like putting some really good production design in.
Yeah. They should have given it. They honestly should have given it to an Asian director.
Yeah. Why not?
Someone who's like someone who's grown up watching fighting movies, like like Bruce
Martial
Lee or
art
like
based
early
films.
Jackie Chan stuff.
Yeah.
That like that's their
Would've
bread and
made
butter.
sense.
They would have been. It would have been like a natural fit because there's a lot of amazing Korean directors out there now. Like the Japanese cinema is still going. There's a lot of people that could have pulled from.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the guy that did Snowpiercer,
Yeah,
he'd been fucking great.
He did Parasite as well.
June. Oh, I can't remember the rest of. I know his first name's June.
No. He's the guy that did he did Parasite as well.
Yeah. He would have been great for it.
Yeah, he would have.
Yeah. I don't know. Man.
Too expensive now.
You probably
Oscar winner.
Yeah. Can't spend $250 on the movie then. $250 mil. All right. So let's move on though. Declan, can you toss the hat, lay it down, saw it off, and give us some factoids?
Yeah.
It's so bad. I was really I try every week, but I can't do it.
All right.
Cut us off some factoids.
Cut them off.
I really just used the same thing from every week. Last week was the Kill Bill one.
Yeah.
With the samurai sword and cut us off some factoids. I'm just going to... Whenever there's a blade in a film, I'm going to do it, man.
All right.
Tell us.
Hiroyuki Sanada prepared for the role of Scorpion by playing the Mortal Kombat video games. But he just kept losing and losing. But he said he had fun learning all the stories and the characters, which is cool. I feel like he and the guy that played Sub-Zero...
He's a good actor, man.
Went the hardest.
Yeah, well, the guy who plays Scorpion, he's such a good actor.
Yeah, I've seen him in other things, but I just feel like they went the hardest.
Oh, yeah,
Like I feel like they just gave it more.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy that played Liu Kang as well.
Yeah, well, you should see there's a video. I watched it this morning. Sorry to jump in.
That's all right.
But he was showing his mum the trailer.
Yeah.
The guy who played Liu Kang, showing his mum the trailer to the movie.
Yeah.
And he's like, Mum, watch the trailer. It's just her reaction of the trailer. And he's like, did you like it? She's like, very gory. And I was like, yeah. And she goes, I like it when he says, fucking beauty or something like that. You're like, hectic. Anyway, continue.
So the amulet that Kano tries to steal at the temple belongs to the elder god Shinnok, which...
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I don't know enough Mortal Kombat to know, but I'm assuming that's a big character.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And then another artifact in there is also a blue steel fan, personal weapon of Katana, Melina's twin sibling.
Yeah, it's hectic. That's cool.
I didn't see it in there. The kunai that he uses in the start.
Yeah.
I didn't know this fact. Kunai was originally used by Japanese peasants as a gardening tool, which is actually what they use it for in this.
I didn't know it either. And then you see it.
Yeah.
And they put it together like that, and you're like, that's fucking cool.
Because there's a boss that you fight in Sekiro, the game, that throws kunai at you all the time.
So that makes sense, because if there might be an abundance of them around, so they'll thrown like, I don't know, almost like blades.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Max Wong, who did he play? Max Wong. Oh, the main. Oh, Kung Lao.
Kung Lao, yeah.
So the guy that plays Kung Lao was a member of the Jackie Chan stunt team. And would pitch ideas to make Mortal Kombat's choreography better. That might be why Kung Lao's fight scenes are the best ones.
Yeah. Man, they were the best ones for sure. They're the most intriguing. He didn't get enough time.
No.
I'll say that. Nowhere near enough time on screen.
Yeah.
It's a shame. But yeah, they were the best ones.
Yeah. Here you go. First Mortal Kombat movie where Raiden is played by an Asian actor.
That's good.
Yeah.
Although
also that they didn't whitewash the movie.
Not at all.
Yeah, which
it worked out really well for on that front.
Yeah.
I think all the characters, this is the thing, all the characters look great.
Yeah. They
look great. The costumes look great. Just the sets and the story is bad.
The story is not good.
No.
This is pretty interesting. It shows you how big the audience is for Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
The Red Band trailer, at the time that this fact was put down, clocked 116 million views in its first week.
fuck?
Biggest red band trailer of all time, beating Logan and Deadpool 2. That's a fact. That's a
Deadpool 2.
massive audience for this series, man.
That's crazy. I would have thought Deadpool 2 would have just, taken everything, because I remember when Deadpool 1 came out, went big, and then Deadpool 2's thing was come watch it on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
With your better half.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the female audience really, really liked Deadpool 1.
Yeah.
So, and that was huge. I remember how big that trailer was when it came out for Deadpool 2.
Yeah, so
It's crazy.
that's how big the freaking audience is, man.
It must. Well, I mean, it is like an Asian property all round,
Yeah.
and I think that pulls probably a lot of more audience in as well, just with population wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This fact's kind of sad. Darren Shalavi,
Yeah.
was going to reprise the role of Kano from the Mortal Kombat YouTube Legacy series, but died before production began.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it say how?
No.
That's a shame.
Sad though.
I think he's pretty good in it as well.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. Lyndon Ashby, who played Johnny Cage in the 1995 Mortal Kombat, revealed in an interview that he would appear in the film as another character, but it doesn't say
Who?
Huh.
What? Yeah, again, another thing. What's with the whole, going to Hollywood?
Yeah.
Johnny Cage is the pool at the end of this movie? Huh?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do like Shao Kahn or
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah.
Like a big villain.
Yeah.
Huh. No one
And then,
cares for Johnny Cage, man.
I think, no, people love Johnny Cage.
Really?
Yeah.
He's okay. He's not great.
People love him. Apparently, there was everyone questioning why he wasn't in this movie when they were making it.
I just don't know why. He's not a big pull card for me. I like Liu Kang more than Johnny Cage.
I think people froth on Johnny Cage, yeah. Yeah.
More you know. More you know. Stop. Like, Skype me.
I'll make this one the last one. So, you know how in the movie at the start it's Cole, it says he took a title from someone in his MMA fighting?
Yeah.
Eddie Tobias is the
Right.
name of the person he took the title from.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of the Mortal Kombat creators, Ed Boon and John Tobias.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a nice little throw in there for the old school.
Yeah. Ed Boon still runs it.
Really?
Yeah. And they make all the Injustice games now too.
I've seen that they translate over perfectly.
Yeah, they've done a really good job with those.
Yeah, the story behind those, actually, that became pretty big canon for the comic books.
Yeah, but even just
Story
how
for
they
Injustice.
just like the effort they've put into alternate costumes and dialogues
Yeah.
between the characters and stuff like that that's impeccable.
It's really
If only the people making the movie could as much work as these guys do to their games.
Really, at the end of the day, yeah. There was an older...
They're really the king of the fighting game now, Mortal Kombat, right? Like
sure.
In terms of coming onto the modern consoles, they've done the most effort to do
Now
things.
they have.
Yeah.
There's before them. There
PS2,
was,
Xbox 3, or PS3, Xbox 360 era, I think they fell back a little bit.
Yeah.
But in the leap to the previous generation, at least,
Yeah.
they really went flying.
Well, there was. I remember. Yeah, PS3. Yeah, they did fall back in PS3 days. 4 and 5, they've done their justice.
Yeah.
But I remember PS3 and 2, they had things like the games that were bigger were like Street Fighter, and even bigger than that was like Soul Calibur. They were huge.
See, I was my fighting game when I was younger was Tekken.
Yeah, Tekken. Well, Tekken is tournament based. Like Tekken still runs as a tournament based game.
Oh no, but that was my jam.
That was yeah. So that's still probably the biggest fighting game ever.
And the Tekken movie that they made a few years ago sucked as well.
Yeah, that wasn't good. That wasn't good at all.
They always make make the main characters some emo dude.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's always got to be some emo guy.
It's got to always have the hair.
Actually, do you know that was
spiky hair?
That was actually while I was watching it. My biggest actual problem with this movie was Cole, the main character.
It looked straight like an emo dude.
No, not even that. Right? I'm like, this is what bothered me. He couldn't even win local MMA fights. How's he gonna fight in Mortal Kombat tournament?
Does he take out, like, even with the costume, he's getting his ass beat to death by Goro.
Also, Goro did not feel that threatening because as if he couldn't have just ripped that car in half and killed his wife. Like, not that I want to see the wife and child die, but I just was like, why did they send Prince Goro after him?
I don't know.
Out of all the characters, they could have sent someone smaller. Send Kano after him. then it's
Goro
believable
after
that he
Liu
beats him.
Kang.
You know.
You know, Goro send Goro up to Liu
But they
Kang.
wrote themselves
Fucking-
into a hole with Sonya not having a mark.
Yeah,
So
I
they
know
had
that,
to
yeah.
have her get the mark from Kano
Well,
to
there's-
build up to it.
Always been between the two characters. Kano and Sonya have always had this weird like thing with
Yeah,
each
right.
other. Like she hates him, and he's like always trying to get to her,
Right.
Because he's also kind of like a misogynist. So,
Yeah.
so that's kind of a part of the
Okay.
background.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely like Liu Kang should have had like Goro come after him or something like that. Someone a bit bigger, or even Jax because he's got the big fuck off arms.
Yeah.
It made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, let's get into our final thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, look, this movie has its issues.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. And I think, yeah, I'm almost looking externally when I think about this movie because the opening part is decent with Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
But the story's ridiculous. The fact they brought the Cole character in is crazy. It never makes sense to me when you've got these things that already have a base that's there for you.
Yeah.
That people already love, and you just go back in time and find out why they love it, and find it, like the connections that people have with things. Weave your shit together from there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if they do make another one, they learn a bit and
For sure.
take a turn with it. But it's always hard. I always feel like it's really hard for a franchise once it's set in stone what it is to change its identity without rebooting.
Yeah. Not many things have done it. I mean, Fast and the Furious did it,
Yeah.
and they did it all, actually not bad.
Yeah, they did
Compared
it.
to
Yeah, that's true.
lot of
The
others.
trailer for that new movie was on before this too. It looks
So
fucking
dumb, man.
batshit crazy. But I can't look past the fact that the audience were really enjoying this movie.
Yeah, I don't know why.
around me. Like they were frothing on it.
Yeah. Dan would stick up with me with that as well. Like we were there and people were laughing.
Yeah.
Like they were going at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It blew my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also good for Australian filmmaking.
Oh, for sure. That's the one thing I'm not ashamed to have gone to watch it for that reason.
Yeah.
I think we have to be supporting Australian filmmaking in that way.
But they're making a lot more movies out here at the moment. Yeah.
It's awesome.
But that's basically what, like I didn't particularly love this movie, but I also didn't hate it by any means.
So
it's like,
it's just it's neutral.
Yeah.
Neutral ground.
yeah.
Yeah.
I probably won't ever watch it again unless I was just throwing it on in the background while I'm cooking or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know what I'd say? Since you didn't hate this, I would say it's probably too late for you, but go back and while you're doing something like cooking,
Yeah.
throw on 95's film.
Yeah, I'll try.
He's like, you know what? I'll do the other movie you said to watch before, the Enter the Dragon, because it's classic.
I'll do
But
it.
this, no.
I want to watch. I want to watch the Scorpion's Revenge cartoon on.
Well, I mean, that's supposed to be good. So
Yeah, so
that's
I'll-
probably the one
I'll check
to watch.
that out.
Yeah. Well played. Yeah, for myself, I'm gonna be brutally honest. I hated this movie. I actually hated it.
because you wanted it to be more.
Yeah, I wanted it to be more. I know that there's lore there to take upon and to draw upon, and this is pretty much a prequel. It's a prequel to Mortal Kombat. If you look at it, Mortal Kombat is a tournament. That's what it is. The original game is that.
Actually, so I did read a fact before I came here. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
But the guy who wrote it envisioned this as a trilogy. I just remembered this now.
So,
First movie pre-tournament, second movie is the tournament, and then third movie post-tournament.
yeah. I
So
don't
there
know.
you go.
I mean, the post-tournament thing would be hectic for the reason that it might, draw upon the gods more.
Yeah.
And then there's more crazy shit happening on
Yeah.
that front. But that being said, I cannot. All the way through it, it was the first opening 10 minutes I really enjoyed, and then all the way through it, I'm thinking to myself, please God, either get good with your fighting, how you're showing your fights and making them cohesive and drawing them out a bit. I'd rather watch 2 fights for a movie that are really good than watch 15 that are chopped into each other. Like I felt like I was watching moments of like Star Wars Episode 2, where it was like chopped between they're having a fight and then all of a sudden they go and they're frolicking in the grass. So it felt like that in
I
moments.
just love this.
And honestly, straight up, I'm going to say this movie, the first thing I walked out and you know what I thought of? Dragon Ball.
Or the
for
movie.
fucking Dragon Ball the movie.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was better than that movie.
I don't even know. I don't know, man. For me,
that Dragon Ball movie is shocking.
But that being said, we're ready for a Dragon Ball Z movie.
That was gonna be my sign off.
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready.
Fucking make the Dragon Ball Z movie. Man.
Just make it already. So, as a film, as an unbiased, if I was to pull myself back and give it an unbiased opinion, this is a 4.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
For me, this is a 2 out of 10. Never watching it ever again. I'm sorry. I will stick to throwing on the 95 film with a group of friends around, cracking a beer, opening up a whole bunch of fucking popcorn and enjoying that. But this movie it's not even gonna enter my shelf. I shall leave it in the back burner. Nonetheless, it was nice to be at the cinemas again. I'm enjoying that. All right, I think we've exhausted our time on Mortal Kombat. Mm-hmm. You've been listening to Neon Radio Podcast. I'm Reece.
Fatality. I'm Declan.
And you have a good week. Respect.